Hello and welcome to Train Tomorrow. Whether you are young or old, it probably makes sense to invest, and one of the ways to invest is within an ISA, especially when jobs and uncertain times are ahead of us with AI. Investing is one of my many interests, and a friend of mine wanted to understand what an ISA was, and then cottoned on to the fact that there was more than one type. I figured as I'm working towards financial freedom, I'd write a video that other people could benefit also. To be able to generate a second income, wouldn't that be nice? I digress, however. ISA is an individual savings account that allows you to add up to £20,000 in a single year. So that means from April to April, you can add £20,000 and generate an income from that. You can do that the following year, and the year after, and the year after that. All of this is tax-free. I'll repeat that. It's tax-free. The income that you generate is tax-free. That means that the money and any income generated from it doesn't currently need to be declared on your self-assessment form. This is, however, prior to the 4th of July and the next government, because we don't know what they'll do. As I mentioned earlier, there are many different types of ISA, and currently the law has changed to allow you to be able to invest your pot of up to £20,000 a year in multiple different types, all at the same time, but only if it adds up to that 20,000. The cash ISA is the traditional one. That's where you invest your hard-earned money of £20,000 or up to £20,000 in an ISA, and the bank gives you interest on it. That interest can be taken towards an income. The problem comes, of course, when there is no interest, i.e., the interest rates that are being paid are actually smaller, almost nothing. And that was the situation that we had a few years back before interest rates went higher. The second type of ISA is called a LISA, and it is for 18 to 40-year-olds. So it wouldn't be much use to me, but to young people, it is an amazing tool to gain 25% interest. Yes, I said that right. 25% interest. So if you put £4,000, which is the current allowance of a LISA, into one, then you will get a whole £1,000 absolutely free at the end of the year. So that's £5,000. Your money has grown, and this was done by the recent government to allow home buyers or young home buyers to attempt to get a deposit for their house. And the great thing about it is, even after you've bought your house, you can start a brand new LISA. That is if you're still within the age of 18 to 40. The other types of ISAs include a stocks and shares ISA. And what people started doing when interest rates were low was investing in the stock market. I will be going through various videos of how to invest in the stock market later on, but just so you know that you can put some money into shares or ETFs, and that can generate you dividends. You can also use bonds, which can get you some interest, but again, that all depends on the current interest rates that there are. The thing you need to remember about a stocks and shares ISA is that your capital, that is the initial £20,000, can go up or down. That's because the individual share that you have, or ETF, or the bunch of shares you have, can go up or down. Or you could lose your original capital. The dividends you get and can achieve, however, can be easily more than the interest rates that are out there. There are also charges such as stamp duty, as shares are an asset you buy, plus fees for the broker to buy the shares for you. So people often wonder why it's a good idea to buy shares if they're going to lose their capital. Well, the point is that you should buy good shares that actually increase the value of your capital and also provide you an income. Well, that's the ideal. We'll no doubt be talking more about stocks and shares ISAs, as I'm sure my friend will ask me even more questions. However, the last ISA of the set is the Innovative Finance ISA. That's where you lend your money to somebody else, i.e. the whole of that capital, and receive a higher interest rate during the period that they loan that money from you, and hopefully you get your money back. Of course, it is a risky venture, and you would have to look more into the details of what they're offering and what project they're actually going to complete, and whether you think that that project is worthy, and whether you feel that your money would be returned to you. It only remains for me to ask you to like and subscribe, and also to share the video with others. This video is for entertainment purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Thank you for watching. I should perhaps say one final thing before I go. The reason you might want to invest in an ISA when you're older is because once you start withdrawing from your pension, you cannot put money back into your pension very easily. So you can only put £4,000 in. So say you were still working and you or potentially could work again, then that £4,000 would be all you could put as income into that ISA, whereas previously it would be £60,000. And of course, if you're young, you want to be able to generate an income.